So, welcome everybody. We are starting a new segment. It is called Perfecting the Demo with Lori. I'm Lori Morris.
Kevin.
And that's Kevin. So, we are going to bring you this new segment tonight and hopefully the third Monday of every month, but we will keep everyone posted. So, we want to help you perfect your demo, right?
Yes. And in a way, so, we might have more than one segment of this, right, Lori? We talked about that today. So, it can be everything from perfecting your demo as far as showing like our diva products. I like to call them diva products because they are our kitchen superheroes, right? Or showing you the featured uses and benefits and why it's important to know the featured uses and benefits of our products. And also set selling, right? Using our purchase with purchase options to drive your sales, and gift with purchase options. So we're going to be doing all that stuff, you guys, in future episodes, which is really exciting.
Yes, it is. It is. All right. So this is what it looks like when you start to do some training and you got technical difficulties, right? So you don't run off screaming off camera. That is our first lesson on perfecting your demo. If you make a mistake or something happens,
practice.
People like to see that you're human, right? So you don't need to, run off screaming and have a fit. It happens. So
exactly.
many snafus, haven't we, Kevin, over the years?
Exactly. And we still do. Even trained professionals have snafus, right?
Exactly.
But anyway, so before we start, I want to let's introduce ourselves. So some of you might be watching and don't even know who we are. So my name is Kevin Farrell. I'm actually with Shoreline Enterprises, which is out on the West Coast. I'm an adopted champion. So I've been in business for 16 years. And I actually started my business when I was living in Los Angeles working as an actor. So that's why I'm here. So what about you, Lori?
So I am Lori Morris. I am an organic champion. And I started my business with my husband 8 years ago. So we started it in 2015. And actually he started it. And we kind of morphed into, we do it together. We do all of our shows together. We do all our parties together. But I am the named consultant. So if you have someone in your life that you want to work with, it makes it so much fun. And, people get to know you as a duo. So as Kevin and I were talking about it earlier today, when I started back in 2015, when Dwayne and I did, we were 135% home party. There was no virtual. Like, I think people were doing Facebook parties, but I wasn't one of them. I did not want to do a Facebook party or a virtual party. I wanted to be in people's homes because that is what I enjoy. I enjoy going to their homes, showing the products, getting to know people, making friends. And it's fun. If you have never done an in-home party, don't be scared. It is, once you do a couple, which we're going to help you through with the demo, once you do a handful, you're going to love it as well. So, yeah. Right. And you weren't virtual before, way back in the day. You didn't.
Oh, no. I know. I started out in homes and I did in homes up until maybe when Facebook came around. And even when Facebook came around, we weren't always doing Facebook Live. So I've always been in home.
Wait a minute. Are you older than Facebook?
A little.
So if you don't know us, Kevin and I are like best buddies. So we spend a lot of time together, virtually and in person. So
we shouldn't be trusted to be together.
No. That one meme, I always think of Kevin. You guys have seen that meme that says, who's that one person that you can't sit next to?
At a party, don't sit next to me at a dinner party.
Right. It just goes off the rails quickly. So we will try to bring.
So here's the thing. We don't want to take a lot of your time, you guys. So Marty, we started late. Okay, granted. So I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, but we're really going to keep these to like 20 or 30 minutes, you guys, because we know your time is valuable and you don't need to listen to us like yammer on all night. So, so when Lori and I were talking about what we wanted to do with this first one, what we talked about is the fact that, everyone's always new, right? You don't get born into Tupperware and know how to talk about everything and how to talk about features, uses, and benefits and everything. So I think that's the scariest thing, right, Lori? When you're new, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to do a demo tonight, whether it's on Facebook or it's in someone's home. I don't know how to talk about that stuff. So we want to give you guys some tricks that you can use. And Lori, do you want to do your flashcard first? Do you want to start with your flashcard?
Right. I wasn't prepared with anything on them, but but I know that when we started doing in-home, we poured over the catalog and we poured over the back office, and we found all of the technical aspects of every product, or my husband did, because that's how men's brains go, right? But we made note cards, and our very first party, I remember it vividly. And if you ever talk to Dwayne, he will tell you, we were like, okay, the vet and serve goes into the microwave. We had note cards, and I swear his stack was this big. It probably wasn't, but you can use note cards. So if you're virtual, you can put your note cards right in front of your computer. Like I have mine right in front of my computer. You can't see them, but I can see them. So note cards are always a good thing. And you don't have to be really specific. The one thing Kevin and I want to let you know, you don't need to know at what temperature they make the mold to create the product. What you want to do is create the desire for the product and give your customers the uses and benefits and why they need it. They don't care that it cooks at, in a kiln for 12 hours and then, gets flipped over. They don't want to know all of that. Okay. So don't overthink your cards, right?
Right. So Lori has her little index cards, her cheat sheets, right? And then when I was telling my husband, Jeff, that we were going to do this training, he said, remember when you used to use little notes on the back of your products. So what you can do is when you're demoing and you're holding up something, you can always tape on the back. Can y'all see that? Well, it doesn't matter. You can, but you see that I have something taped on the back here. So you can be talking about the product, right, you guys? And you know that these are freezer mate pluses, right? And you just say that they are safe for the freezer. They have rounded corners, which help for faster freezing. They're dishwasher safe. It prevents freezer burn because nobody likes freezer burn. You can buy in bulk and freeze in more smaller, more usable, convenient sizes. And then it's flexible for easy pop out of food, right? So when you've partially defrosted, you can give this a little twist, and then your beef stew or your chili is going to plop out into your saucepan so that you can heat it up. So you can put little notes like that, little cheat sheets on the back of your products. So when you're holding it up, no one knows that you're just referencing what's on the back of here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you want me to show the whiteboard?
Yeah, do your whiteboard.
Okay. So this is the other trick. I do this when I'm going to give away all my secrets, but when I'm demoing on the cooking show on Tuesdays, I always have a whiteboard out of camera reach. So usually I'm in my kitchen. If you're going to demo, you're usually in your kitchen. We're in our offices, which is not where we make food. But if you're in your kitchen, you can take a whiteboard. Now this one's quite large, but it can get a lot of stuff on it. Okay. You could preferably get a plain whiteboard. I just have this one handy for when my daughter was virtual school, but you put it outside of camera, right? In front, like, so you're looking at your camera, because you always want to look at your camera. You don't want to be looking down like this when you're demoing, or looking over here when you're demoing. So it's very important to try to look at the camera that's at the top of your screen, right? Kevin is the professional actor, so he knows that better than anyone, and he's better at it than anyone that I know, but you want to do it. So if you can, put it behind, like I've got my little setup downstairs in my kitchen, put it behind and just do a few bullet points like Kevin had on the back, like what you don't want to forget. Because what happens too, when you're demoing, you tend to ramble if you don't have if you don't know where you're going. So
Absolutely.
do 5 bullet points to stay on track, because your short little 10-minute video or your 10-minute live will turn into a 35-minute rambling session, and you're going to lose your audience if you're doing virtual. If you're at a home party, they're going to just fall asleep, or they're going to get up and they're going to go to the bathroom and head for the front door. So you want to keep it light and fun. So however you want to keep your bullet points to keep it straight in your head to stay on track. Now, if you're answering questions, that's a different story. If you're at a live party and people are asking questions, then you answer questions and you could kind of get off track. But from a virtual standpoint, keep your bullet points on a whiteboard, right in your camera view, and stick to it.
I love that idea, Lori, and especially now that you've been talking about it. And I mean, we talked about it earlier today, but you didn't really talk about it. And I think that's great, because I've never done that. I love that. I've always kept my stuff up, up front. But I love the fact that, when I'm demoing and I'm talking to people, I'm not always like, I look to the left. I sometimes just naturally look to the left. You could have that board like right over there. And it would be like, I love this product because it's freezer safe and it's microwave safe. And it's great for, I mean, do you guys know that I'm like looking at something over there that has writing on it? You don't, because in a natural setting, you're kind of adverting, you're kind of looking away, you're looking at somewhere else in the room. And if you were actually doing a demo in someone's house, you're actually looking at that person and that person and that person and that person. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I love that whiteboard idea, Lori. That's fantastic. I love it, love it, love it.
And a lot of the directors do it. And if you watch us, now that you know our trick, when you watch us on Cooking with Tupperware, when we're on our cooking show, you'll see us kind of like look off, like camera to the right or to the left. And I won't name names, but a lot of my Tupper girlfriends use it. But you should too, because no one's going to know unless you're looking for it, but it keeps us on track and gives a more professional appearance. But eye contact is the best thing, right? When you're at a home party, you don't want to be so focused on your cards that you're standing there and you're reading like,
yeah, don't do that. And here's the thing, you guys, all of this stuff is going to get you over that learning hump, because eventually you're not going to need, we'll talk about this in just a second, you're not going to need this stuff because you're going to commit it to memory. And here's another thing too, Lori, and I've just thought about this, is that people love to know if something is on sale, how much they're saving, right? So you could always put, like, if this was on sale, you could always put that note on the back of here too, saying, the freezer mate is normally $15, but it's on sale for $12.99 or whatever.
Or put it on your board.
Or put it on your board. All right. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I learned very from the very beginning, I don't quote prices in my show. I quote savings and I quote sales. But when I'm demoing my products, I never say, and this costs, because people will sit there and they're going to be like, oh my God, that costs that much. Oh my God, it costs that much. Well, if I want to buy that and that costs that much. No. You want to build the desire in them of wanting all those products. And then when they sit down with you, then you start talking prices, right?
That is an excellent point, because when you start calling off prices, that's what people do. Oh my gosh, I only brought $50 with me. We're talking home party. Or in virtual, they might be thinking, oh gosh, I only have $50 to spend. I love the product in that one, and that just went over 150. And then they're not listening to what you're saying. They're calculating in their head like, oh my gosh, I can't afford that, blah, blah, blah. Right.
Correct. But and when you say you're saving $50 on the micro grill. Oh my gosh, I'm saving $50. Yeah, sure. I want that before.
And that can be a whole nother training. We just gave ourselves another idea.
Yeah.
So we'll delve into that. We're getting ahead of ourselves because we have so many ideas. And if you guys like this, please let us know in the comments. We're watching the comments on our other devices. If you want us to continue with this, maybe you should wait till we're done to see if you really like it. we'll continue to come to you on the third Monday of every month in between all the other champion things.
Okay, so are we ready to play our little role play game?
Yes, this is perfect. I hope the title of this popped up when I went live. We called this, obviously this is called Perfecting the Demo, but it's called Daisy Training. And Kevin, this is Kevin's wonderful training for someone who is brand new or brand new to a home party. This is a perfect way to do your home party when you're maybe in the business a week, because we don't want to take the time to get ready, or you're going to be in the business for 10 years and you're still going to be getting ready. We're never completely ready, but this is going to help dramatically. Okay, so we're going to do a little role playing, and I am the consultant who doesn't know what she's doing, which was obvious when we started this, and I tried to get
Facebook. You're just brand new.
So I am going to play that part, and Kevin is, who are you? Are you one of the team?
I'm one of the. So let me give you some leeway into this, you guys. So you're gonna have to do a little prep work before you go to your party. So you're gonna go to a craft store. I went to Michael's, and you can get any of these little foam things if you want. Mine are daisies, which is why I call it my daisy training. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick the products that you're going to talk about at your party, and you're gonna put them on the front of the daisy. So freezer mates, right? And then on the back of your daisy, you're gonna print out the featured uses and benefits and tape it on the back. And you can decorate these however you want. All right. So you're going to take these to your party. All right. And you're going to take the products that you're going to demo to your party. Right. So Lori, has already passed out, like she's greeting all of her guests. Right. She's saying, hello, welcome to Susie's party, la, la, la. And then she's handing out the daisies to specific guests as they come in the door. And she just says, hold on to this because we'll be using this later in my demonstration. So then Lori starts her demo.
Okay, here we go. All right, so hi everybody, I'm Lori. Welcome to Susie's party. Oh, Kevin, you're here. You're so excited to be here. And we're gonna run through just a few quick products. It's not going to take long, but I wanted to show you some of my favorite products. And then we're going to hop over into the kitchen and we're going to do a quick demo. Maybe we'll make some salsa or do an omelet in our breakfast maker. But I wanted to show you some of my favorite products. So first, you'll see that I passed out to some of you little daisies. If you have a daisy, hold your daisy up. You have a daisy? Okay, Kevin, you're so on it. I love guests like you. So, so I didn't have daisies for everyone because we could talk about products all day long. So I picked out just a few. So I am going to show you one of my products. And if you, when I tell you what the name of the product is, if you have that daisy, wave it around so I know that it's you. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so one of my very first favorite products is our Fridge Smart.
Oh, that's me. That's me. I have Fridge Smart, Lori. I have Fridge Smart.
Oh, okay. All right, great. Kevin, you've got a daisy. Could you read it loud enough so everybody can hear? Yeah, put your glasses on so you can see.
Okay.
Let everybody at the party hear you, but read what's on the back of that.
Okay, so Fridge Smart has a slider button that keeps your fresh fruits and vegetables fresher 2 to 3 times longer. It's ribbed and ridged at the bottom, which helps keep your produce above its own moisture. They are dishwasher safe.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. So yes, this prolongs the life of your fruits and veggies, and it has a vent, like Kevin said, on the top. And you find your little picture and you match it up. And this is a money saver. We have a full set of these, and this will save you $1,500 a year on your grocery bill. Who would love to save $1,500 a year on their grocery bill? Me too. Me too. So these are our Fridge Smarts. Okay. So that's our first daisy. Thank you, Kevin. All right.
You're welcome.
So here is our next product. This is called our freezer mate. Who
Oh,
has
that's me.
You have another one? Okay.
Lori wanted me to do different voices for everyone. And I'm like, no.
He's the actor. I told him to do different voices, but we'll just pretend that he's Bobby. But whatever. We're just pretend. We're not going to do that. But the next person will read what's on the card. Okay,
right.
Go.
So, and remember, you guys, you're standing at the front of the room and you know nothing, literally. So all you're doing is saying, one of my favorite products is Freezer Mates. One of my favorite products is Fridge Smart. Who has Freezer Mates? So then the Freezer Mate person goes, me. And then they say freezer safe. They have rounded corners for faster freezing. They're dishwasher safe. You don't get freezer burn. You buy in bulk. Freeze in smaller portions. So you guys are getting it, right?
Right. So what that's doing is you're going to have people maybe say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. So you can elaborate. But what you're doing is you're helping them describe the product for two reasons. You want them to get involved, right? And it takes pressure off of you because you don't have to talk about this. They already did. They did it for you. So you could add something, however the conversation takes you, but you can see on this, it's hard with this, but you can see this has snowflakes. So, it goes in the freezer. Okay.
And what we also discussed earlier was that you can always take like citrus peelers or, whatever little things that you can have, keychains, smidgets, minis, whatever you have. And you can always give your Daisy participants a little gift for participating in your demo. But basically, you guys, they are doing your demo for you until you feel confident enough to be able to stand in front of a room full of people or in front of your camera and to be able to talk about these products with knowledge, right?
And the other thing is if you like this interaction that it gets you, continue to do it.
Right.
Continue to do it. Make up a Daisy for every product.
Well, there's always new products. Like, when I came in 16 years ago, there was no grill, right? So I had to learn the featured uses and benefits of that grill. So the very first time I had to talk about the grill or our microfiber towels, because there's a lot of information about why our microfiber is the best microfiber on the planet, right? So until we get to learn those bullet points, even if I'm a seasoned veteran of doing other demos with other products, that new product, I might not know how to talk about it. So make a Daisy and bring it to your party, talk about those newer products that you may not know the featured uses and benefits of.
And another good tip is when you're doing your daisies and you're bringing your product, you don't want to bring everything in your stock that you have. You could do this with the chopper and the spatula and the egg maker and maybe the grill or something that you earned through Tupperware. Okay. When you complete your confident start, you should have all of our premium products. We call these premium products or kitchen heroes. That's what you want to talk about. We don't want to spend any time talking about our water bowl or our measuring cups or, you can mention them, but you want to talk about what is going to help people in their kitchen. And those are our kitchen heroes, the big priced items, which is going to give you better sales as well.
And not to get super off track, because I know that Lori and I was like, oh, it's just reminded me of something else. So I used to always talk about and sell the stuff that's in the brochure that's on sale. All right. Now, you could always argue this point. However, I just want to put it out there. So do you want to sell a $200 grill or a $14 spatula? Right. And Jeff had said to me before, he was like, you know what, if I'm going to the store, I know where to go and find the rack of clothes that's on sale, right? You go into Nordstrom's rack. I know exactly where to go to find those sales items. We don't need to tell people where to find those sales items. They're going to find them yourself. So one of our future demonstrations that we're going to do for you guys, one of our trainings is set selling. And it's going to be spending time on our Diva products, on our kitchen heroes, you know, our more expensive items, our pressure cooker, our grill, our modular mate sets, all that stuff, because those are high ticket items, right? So talk about the 3 or 4 high ticket items, right? They're gonna find the sales stuff on their own, all right? And the thing that Jeff told me too about that is that, you know what, when you talk about a $12 item, you are giving that person permission to buy only a $12 item. So remember that and think about that when you're doing your demonstrations.
Right. It's not like we ignore them, but when I go to a home party, okay, virtual is virtual. We all know virtual. We've been doing it for 2 years, right? A home party, they get this in their packet along with like a guest card, which we'll go through those kinds of things at a later date. But I'm going to tell them, this is your monthly brochure. This is your catalog. All right, everybody, open your catalog to, I tell them what this is, but we don't go through this.
Right.
Through this. They will find it. Like Kevin said, they will find this stuff and they will put it down. But you create the desire for our vet and serve and our fridge smarts and our microfiber towels and our freezer mates and our modular mates and our multi-cooker, right? You create the desire for that. So we always strongly encourage, if you're not earning your products through your Confidence Star, then grab the premium products when you can apply your discount. Like right now, the grill is $50 off. Okay. So it's $149. And, you know, that's when you grab it. Or when we have a party perk and you can earn something for recruiting, then welcome a new team member. You know, you don't have to break the bank. We're not telling you to go out and buy a bunch of stuff, but for people that have these products, this is what you should be taking, because we realize that there are a lot of people in Champion right now that are successful, excuse me, came on right when COVID started and have been doing all virtual, very little in-home parties, but they have product, but they're just not used to doing home parties. So people want to go back to the home party. So we're going to show you tips and tricks with your demos that you can use in your home party, or you can use virtually. Okay. Right. Everything can be adapted virtually. Okay. So that is what the daisy trading is. And okay, I just kind of was zipping back through. I don't see any, I see people are like loving the tips. So thank you, everyone.
Good. Yes, thank you, everybody.
Yeah. But if you have any questions and you want to put them down in the chat, we can go back into the comments. We can go back. So we don't want to keep you. I just see lots of good comments. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, everybody, because you know what? I really wanted to do this with Lori, not only because I love working with Lori, but you know, I know what it's like to be new, and I know what it's like to not feel like you have the confidence to do what you need to do to be successful. So what I want to do, and what Lori and I want to do with these trainings, is to give you guys the confidence that you need to be able to talk about your products, to be a dynamic seller, a dynamic demoer. You know, we're also going to talk about the fact that maybe there's a lot of you that don't want to be on camera. That's okay too. We're going to show you guys how to do dynamic demoing without being on camera, because I know that there's people who just don't want to be on camera. So we're going to cover all that stuff for you guys. So I'm so excited to be doing this with Lori. Thanks for watching us tonight. And like Lori said, if you have any comments about anything, throw it in the chat. I'll be able to come back and look at stuff myself also later when we get finished. Is there anything?
All right. So I think that's it. No, I think that covers the daisy training. So our next training for the demo is what date did we decide? April 18th?
If it's April 18th, we needed to get a thumbs up from Pam about that. So, but that would be the third Monday in April at 9 o'clock again.
I do have one question that just popped up.
Yep.
Before we go. Julie said, I tend to never have answers of products that people ask me when I'm at a live show. It could be me, but I feel like I get asked hard questions. So that is a great question, Julie. We've all been asked that. I mean, I still got asked questions after 6 years in the business, and I didn't know the answer. So Kevin, you answer that. What do you do when someone asks you a hard question and you just don't really know the answer?
Well, you can always say, that's a really good question. I'm relatively new because, I'm relatively new. Or if you're not new, you could say, I have access to that information. I can get it for you. I never say, I don't know. I can always say, that's a good question. I can find out for you. Let me ask my director, right? Let me ask my business leader. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible with an answer to that, because, we do get asked questions, and when we're new, we don't know the answer to those questions. So I always just say that I can get an answer for them. Not that I don't know, period.
Right. and even though the products, like Kevin and I, we were in when the grill came out in 2017. And we've been using that grill since that time, but we still get posed questions. I just had a hostess ask me if our surface, our Eterna surface, which is the surface on the grill and all of our nonstick cookware, that surface is Tupperware's design and it's called Eterna. But someone asked me, they have exotic birds. Is that safe for birds? Because of the PFOA. And I'm like, huh.
Exactly.
Let me check. I'll get back to you. There's tons of research out there. And it is true. Yes, that particular chemical can kill birds, like house birds, parrots, very expensive birds. So there's so much out there. There's so many different variables, but you just, like I did, I said, that's a great question. I will find out. And if you're at a live party and you need that answer, call a friend, reach out to your director, reach out to one of your more knowledgeable friends that's in the business, or actually just put it out there on Champion or put it out there on your team page. Someone will answer. So don't be rattled, Julie. Don't be rattled.
I normally can get an answer for you within 24 hours.
Yes. And Michael just asked about the dry erase calendar. You didn't miss anything, Michael. That's the only whiteboard I had. He thought maybe he was missing calendar dates. Nope. That's just my big old whiteboard with the calendar on it. So, but that seems to be all the questions, but I wanted to address that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We enjoyed being here and we stuck to 25 minutes. Well,
yay.
Yeah, we came on at 10 after.
Good for Lori and I. Now, when we were practicing this afternoon, we didn't know how to end this.
I do know how to end it. If we're rambling and we're still live on Champion, sorry in advance.
I know. We'll try to entertain you as we try.
I think I got it. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for watching. We'll confirm that date with you of April 18th once we talk to Pam.
All right. Bye, guys.